We're reviewing a shoe today. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Fire Footwear. Today, I've got a special video for you, not just in how it looks, but we're going to be reviewing a shoe today. What shoe is that, you ask? The Patta Air Max 1, the Chlorophyll colorway. This is a shoe that got a lot of controversy when it came out, and I guess rightfully so. If you were around in 2009 and you had the original pair of these, I can understand why you might think that this was an inferior pair. I slept on it when it first came out, and in all honesty, I felt regretful about it. So I decided to go after it on the resale market. So let's get into the specifics and show you the shoe. There's really just something about an Air Max 1 to me that feels comfortable, it feels familiar, and it feels vintage. The Air Max 1 is definitely my favorite of the silhouettes in terms of Air Max. I don't even know how to describe it. It looks classic. The thing about this shoe is that it's commemorating the 20th anniversary of Patta. Patta, a boutique out of Amsterdam, which ironically is where this came from on StockX, and they've had a steeped history in sneakers. Lots of other Air Max colorways to speak of. But the Chlorophyll is something that the culture feels very strongly about. That original 2009 release was clutch. And this colorway is iconic in the fact that we've seen it on so many different shoes. So how do I feel about this particular one? Well, if you think about the box, the presentation, everything, I love everything about it. I love the fact that the box talks about the 20th anniversary. I love the fact that you get the Patta nods here on the tongue. And the materials to me feel really, really good. I love this denim feel, even though it maybe isn't the same quality or even the same type of material as it was in the 2009, I like it. Obviously, classic ripstop here or some type of a nylon configuration with an Air Max 1. And this gray piece here, definitely some suede, definitely a softness to it. But if you look at it, is it really that different from an Air Max 1? No, not really. It doesn't stand out in a particular way if you look at it in terms of all GR Air Max 1s. But this is something that's special to the culture, and it's special to me too. One of the first shoes that I bought when I got back into the culture, and actually probably one of the first shoes that I bought off StockX. Do you remember the Jordan 3 Chlorophyll? It looked very, very similar to this. At the time, it wasn't hyped. Now when I go on resale to try to buy it, its price has gone up almost 5 times. I think I undersold it when I actually sold it. I didn't appreciate it enough for what it was. But I'm not going to do that with this pair. When you look in the box, there's really nothing about it that stands out outside of some extra green laces. So if lace swaps are your thing, definitely go for it. The other thing that I love about this shoe is the outsole. It's really simple, but just the color contrast of white, black, and this chlorophyll green. I really like it. And then, of course, you got the mini swoosh here. That's always going to be a hit. I know that they're doing that a lot lately, but still, it's something that feels special. Whenever you get it on a shoe, to me, it feels very, very new. It feels different than what you would normally get. No matter how many times they do it, that's the way that I feel. And then, of course, you have the outsole of the shoe, which again commemorates 20 years of Patta. I like it when they do storytelling nods in this way, because I think, again, the history of sneakers is very important. And whenever you get a shoe that feels like it tells that story, I really enjoy that. I think the question now becomes, when I look at this shoe, was the hate warranted? I know people who absolutely thought this was the worst retro of 2024, and actually some people who think it may have been one of the worst retros of all time. To me, that feels a little bit hyperbolic now having it in hand. The one thing I will say is I did not have that 2009 pair, and so I don't have that vantage point. I don't have the comparison to be able to say that this shoe is inferior to what that shoe was. One thing we do know is that a lot of times in our minds, we kind of feel as if shoes were better back in our day. And maybe that's true. Maybe previous iterations of shoes were better. But sometimes today, we get more quality out of our shoes. Not all the time. Nike certainly messes that up more times than I can count. But when I look at this shoe, I really don't feel like Nike missed the mark. I feel like we got quality enough materials based off of the retail price that we paid, and honestly, even the resale price that I paid, which was actually retail. I feel like the storytelling nods are here. I feel like the history is here. And that's something that I feel like is really, really important. I think that the history does matter. I think that younger people today should know why a shoe like this, while maybe not super, super special, super, super hype, and this amazing collab that everybody wants, it does have a special place in the culture. And I think me going back and get it fits with myself, it fits with my aesthetic, and I absolutely love this purchase. What did you think of this shoe? Did you have it? Let me know down in the comments. And if you have the 2009 pair, how does it compare? Which pair is better? I'd like to thank everybody for coming to this review. I hope this finds you well and safe. And now, some glamour shots of this shoe. Take care.